Why, riddle me this, why did I just do a declutter in December and yet I have so many makeup products in my collection that I'm still not using? It's time to change that. Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am resurrecting a video that I was doing last year, the year before, and I haven't done it in so long. It's in my series that I call Use It or Lose It. So basically, I want to grab makeup items from my collection that just really haven't been getting enough love and either use them or lose them, meaning like try them out, and if I don't like them anymore, it's okay if they are decluttered now. It's okay to pass them on to a friend. It's okay to take those out of my collection. But also, another purpose of this type of video is one of my big like low buy rules for myself is to use the good stuff, not save makeup for a rainy day. It is makeup. It does go bad eventually. So the point of saving a product I really like because maybe it's discontinued or maybe it was expensive and I'm not using it enough is stupid. I have no idea what makeup look I'm going to do today. So basically, I want to go through my makeup collection and find items I really haven't used a lot and use them today. Because again, if I don't love them, or maybe they're just not performing the same or whatever it is, I want them to be kicked the hell out of here. But if I do love them, then I want to use them and continue to use them. There might be stuff where I pick up and I'm instantly like, I am not decluttering this, but I do need to use it. But still, these things need to be used. So let's go shopping in my makeup collection. I can tell you right now the very first thing I'm going to grab, and it's this. I put this up here to use it because it's almost empty. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked, and I did really like this, but I keep not decluttering it and saving it. So why? I mean, I think it's down to there. It only has a few uses left, but if I don't like it and I keep reaching all the way down there to my foundation drawer rather than picking up this one that's right in front of me, there's got to be a reason. I'm gonna put you there. All right, this is just fake lashes. And to be honest, I love fake lashes, but I keep these for special occasions, which I know just sounds like exactly what I was talking about with use the good stuff, but I'm not somebody who wears fake lashes on a regular basis. So for now, I'm probably not going to wear fake lashes today, but this drawer has my highlighters, my liquid highlighters, and my concealers. Now, let's talk concealers first of all, because I constantly go back to my Sigma color correcting base, but I've got at least, is it two? Oh my God, you guys, I totally forgot about this, even though I really enjoyed it. The Pacifica Dreamlit Glow, this is the under eye brightener. So I definitely want to use that under my concealer. Stop looking at how dirty this is. Stop it. But I have three other concealers in here that I constantly look past. Now, the only reason the Salt New York one is one that I look past is because it's in this single. I have two colors that match my current skin tone a little bit better in a palette down there. This is going to be great in the summer. These two have definitely been too light, but guess what? I'm going to use, let's stay with Urban Decay. I'm going to use the Stay Naked Quickie concealer today. If it's too light, it's got to go. It's a good concealer. I know that, but it's still got to go. Okay, it feels weird to be picking out like highlighter before anything else, but when I look in here, I see hair. I've got hair in there. When I look in here, oh, some of these I just absolutely love and I use often. I'm curious what's back here. You know what? This is going to be, let's see if I can get this out. I have to take out drawers to even be able to get to this. This is the Ofra. I never know if it's called Glow Up or All Glowed Up. This is very old. I already know I love this palette, but guess what? This has not been the thing that I constantly reach for. I never travel with this, so I want to see if this still stands the test of time. I'm trying to decide if I want to pull this out too, but I think this is, so this is the Melt Cosmetics. This is the Face Gloss. I think for me, this is more of like, for editorial purposes. Like I liked wearing this as, you know, like just for a good makeup look that I was taking pictures of, but this is not an everyday wear for me. So for now, I'm going to hang on to that, but that might be something that gets decluttered eventually. Oh, okay, cream blush. Let's see, are there any here where I have not used them very often? I have a few powders over here too, but this is mainly cream. I mean, I use these all the time. I use the Melt ones all the time. You know what? Have I even used this? This was given to me by a friend. Let me see. Can I do this with one hand? This was given to me by a friend. I think I might have tried it once. It's a very pretty color, but you know what? Let's go ahead and try this. And if I don't like it, I want to be able to pass it on to somebody new because it's beautiful. And let's see if we want to top with a powder blush. I am terrible at using powder blushes. I do have my Kaleidos ones in the back there, but you know what? Let's go for this Sigma palette that I haven't touched in a little bit. I remember loving this, but if I loved it, why am I not using it? So I think that this color, oops, I think this color might go very nicely with the cream blush that I just chose. So we will try that. Before I move on to lips, I want to move on to, let's look at this drawer first. I might come back up to this drawer, to be honest, because I haven't used these enough, and I like these as bases. These are the About Face Matte Fluid Eye Paints. I've been using everything else here pretty often. Maybe I'll actually choose also one of these, not Kaleidos, Cliona fruit lighters as an eye topper. So let's go ahead straight to eyeshadow palettes, and we will pick out something from there. You know what? Maybe we'll go with this one. So this is a palette from Unearthly. This is the Dreamer palette. Let me open this up. So this is the Dreamer palette. I could not bear getting rid of this in my last declutter, but when I ranked my most recent, like ranking my Unearthly palettes, this is the one that I ranked the lowest, not because the quality is bad. The quality is always good of Unearthly, but mainly because of the fact that like this kind of color story does not talk to me. So I am going to use this palette, and then we can go back to this drawer, and I am going to use this purple About Face Matte Fluid Eye Paint. The color is New Karma, but I feel like I could use that as kind of a base with this. Now going here, let's go to mascara. See, I don't have many open mascaras, to be honest, and I really like all of these. The only one I don't use as often is the red mascara from Melt with the Dracula collection, but I do still love this. It's just kind of a special occasion mascara, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead. You know what? Let's use this. I don't use this one nearly enough. This is the Surratt Noir Lash Tint. This is a teeny tiny brush, but I feel like I remember it being very good. It's just been a while since I tested it. Ooh, should I also use one of these? I haven't, you know what? I was gonna say, with this one's old. You know what? I'm gonna try to use a little bit of this gel liner, because if it kind of looks dry, right? And if it is, it's gotta go. Okay, we're gonna look at lips, but I have to admit, like, I am gonna keep in mind the kind of look that I'm doing here. And I know myself, and I know that lately, I have really only been interested in kind of like nude glossy lips, but wait, this one, I have not really tried this one yet. So you can see it's sparkly in there, right? So this is the one of those where on one side, it is a peel off lip stain liner, and on the other side is a gloss, but that could be, let me bring this more into the light. This color is so, is so pretty and sparkly. This could be great. Let's try this one. I just realized I never came over to this drawer. So this is powder and bronzer and things like that. And I can tell you the powder I'm going to use right now. Look at this. This is how it was sitting in there, guys. This is how it was sitting. This is my Kosas Cloud Set powder. I know I love this. And I also know this is going to be my last time using it, and I'm going to let this one go. As far as bronzer, God, it's hard because I use all of these, but let's go ahead and do the Nabla, because I haven't used this in so long, but I keep saving it. Like, why? All right, so we have a full face ready to go. The only item that I did not film, because I kind of forgot about it until just now, is a face primer. So I'm going in with the Smashbox Photo Finish, because this is just one I don't use enough, and I always apply this with my hands. I think I prefer a more glowy primer. This is a very silicone-y primer. I'm sure a lot of you have tried this one before, and it's a staple for a reason, right? Like, it's well known, it fills in pores, but here's the thing, like, pores are not my main concern with a face primer. I want to glow for the gods, okay? I don't know why I just made the word glow like 54 syllables. I think it's because, if you can't tell, I've had a lot of caffeine. I've had so much caffeine, you guys, but I am ready to do makeup. I will say it feels nice on the skin. It does make the skin feel like silky, obviously, because this is like, you know, again, a more silicone-based primer. It is lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy. I don't dislike this, but this is one where I'm going to have to think about it. I think it's one I don't know. I have no idea if I'm going to wind up keeping it, but let's go ahead and with this foundation. So again, this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked in the shade 31NN. Even the thing is all clogged up because I'm just not using it. I'm going to hold it here because for some unknown reason I'm wearing a white shirt. Look. Is this empty? Oh, nope. If I hold it straight up, it's okay. So let's see how this looks. So I will say the color looks really good for my skin. I am going to put this on. Well, first, I think I'm just going to do a little smear. And I am going to put this on with a sponge. I just put a lot more on my face than I usually do. But I'm going to take a dampened sponge and pounce this in. And let's see how this looks. Because to be honest, again, if I don't love this, if I am not madly in love, I think it's time for this to go and go kind of in the trash. This isn't even like pass along to friends. And by the way, I'm going to wait to decide fully on all of these, whether or not they're going until the very end, because I want to see how other makeup lays on top of it, how it wears like throughout the tutorial, if you will. I will say it looks nice. It does. It's a good match for me, a good color match. Actually, I'll even go ahead and just put this over my eyelids. It's a good color match for me, and it looks like skin. It does. And I feel like, see, this is what happens a lot of times with those. I look and then I'm like, oh, so that's why I haven't gotten rid of it. Because to be honest, I don't know if you noticed, but there was, I mean, you can still see it. There was a big red spot here. And all that did was kind of pare it down a little bit. Now, I will say, I prefer something glowier. I really do. This is a skin-like satin finish. Like, there's so many different adjectives you can use for this, but glowy is not one of them. But I feel like this is a foundation that would probably last longer than a lot of my skin tints. Okay, well, we're gonna make that decision later, but right now I actually do like the way it looks. Now let's go under the eyes with this Pacifica Dreamlit Glow Under Eye Brightener. I remember kind of liking this. So this I just sort of use as almost like a moisturizer, like an additional layer of moisture under any concealer, just to brighten the eyes, because this doesn't set down to like a powdery finish, but it does brighten things up. Like, it really does. I don't have incredibly dark circles, but I do have just like a little bit of darkness under my eyes, and I feel like this does a nice job of brightening things up. You know what? This is the purpose of these videos. I keep looking at these things in my drawer and I'm not reaching for them. And why? This is a beautiful product. This is so lovely. Like, I feel like I don't even need concealer over this, and I'm really nervous to apply this one over it because look how much lighter that is. We're going to do this though. We're going to do it. So this is the Quickie Concealer. The shade is 40NN. First of all, I've never loved how massive this doe foot is. And also it is pretty full coverage. So that is how much I use. That is it. Let's see. Maybe it'll look fantastic, or maybe it's time for it to go. All right. So I just mentioned how, I'm going to wait till the end to tell you when something is going. And I think I lied. This is going to go. This is going to go. This is just not for me. I don't know if you can tell. And it's definitely not from the under eye brightener. But it immediately settled into my creases and made me look so dry and kind of cakey, and also like, I'm just not happy with this. This is not a product for me. It's nice and it did me well for a while, but currently with my current skin, it's not doing it. And there's so much product left in here. Like, why am I keeping this? So I will go ahead and powder lightly under the eyes with the Kosas Cloud Set. I do still like this powder, but it's disgusting. It's disgusting that I have kept it for this long with no cap on it. Like, the cap was sitting there like this. It broke so long ago. Apparently, I am not the only person to have that problem with Kosas powders either, which is ridiculous. Yeah, this foundation, the reason I'm so torn on this foundation is because, like, I just realized I don't have to powder down the rest of my face because it feels so matte to me. And it's weird because I look in the camera and it looks like I have a glow here. I don't see a glow. Maybe it's because I need it to be blinding, like I need a glow to strike fear into the hearts of men, and this is not doing the job. So I'm not going to powder anywhere else, I guess, so I'm going to go in with my cream blush. So this is the Say Glow Sculpt in Mauve Glow. It is a very pretty color. Let's see how it does. I'm going to start small. Looks like it picked up pretty well. Let's see how this looks on the skin. Is this cream? No, it is cream. This is weird. I think I'm used to creams feeling more emollient. This is a bit of a drier formula, if you will. Okay, good. I was worried that I had too much on the brush, but you can build this up, which I do enjoy. All right, we're going to stop there since I know I'm going to be putting a powder over it. I'm not going to lie though, right now, not a fan. I do prefer a more emollient cream blush. Again, my skin is dry, by the way. It is normal to dry, so I like emollient products. I like products that feel like they're giving me some bit of moisture. This feels just dry on me. It's so strange though, because I touched it. It definitely is cream, but it doesn't have the same emollient feel as like the Melt Cream blush lights or the Sigma cream blushes or the Finding Ferdinand ones. Like, it already feels dry on my face, which is very interesting. So we'll see how this next step goes, but I'm going to go ahead with the Beauty and the Beast Trio from Sigma. And the color I want to go into, let's see, actually, maybe I'll do something sweet. I was going to do Beauty Within, which has more of a brown tone, but this is more pinks, like very similar in a way to the mauve color, mauve. I'm going to tap off the excess, and I really just kind of want to place this on top of that. This does have a glow to it, so I'm hoping, yeah, you can see some of the glow. Whoop. What's funny is I'm trying to tell myself that I'm going a little crazy with the blush, but don't fix it right now because I know that I'm going to be digging into like a purple eye. So I want to make sure that my blush is adequately on, because I have a tendency to like go really light-handed and then have to go back in and apply more. Right now, wow, am I being negative Nancy, or am I just being like honest with myself? I don't know that I'm loving this right now. It feels very dry. And what's weird is like, I loved this. I loved this so much. I'm going to have to wait. Right now it's pretty, but like the glow is just not enough for me. So I'm going to apply the highlighter right now. This, I'm worried this one's going to break my heart. So this is the Ofra kit, and it's just all highlighters, all different highlighters. And my favorite has always been this one, which is, does this one have a name by itself? Yeah, this is Beverly Hills. So it's a bunch of different colors, and I just swirl it together. Ofra highlighters used to be my favorite. They are not a brand that I currently purchase from or recommend anymore on my channel, but I do still have this. And I want to, let's see how it looks when it's really buffed in. It's still very pretty. That is still very pretty, but this is going to be a hard one for me to decide on today. This one's going to be tough. Also, I'm going to move this that's just sitting there with my leftover foundation. Why am I wearing a white shirt? Why? So I feel like it's stupid to do bronzer after all that, but I had forgotten to do the bronzer. So this is the Nabla Skin Bronzing in Ambra. And I'm going to take it on this brush. Now this, I seem to remember, has like some nice, like a, not shimmer, but it's definitely not matte. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful warm tone. This is probably better for my summer skin. Oh yeah, wow, I forgot how much I liked this one. I feel like this really like warms things up, but also could be a contour. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Oh, see, okay, good. I was starting to worry that I was going to be like getting rid of everything I'm talking about here. And there are definitely some pieces I'm getting rid of, but this is not going to be one of them. Thank goodness. Okay, I am excited for the eyes. Actually, real quick, before I do that, let me do my eyebrows. I'm not getting rid of any of my eyebrow products. I have very few. The one I've actually been liking is the Milk Kush High Roll. So this was given to me by my friend Betty Jean. She got a bunch of the colors in, so she gave me one. This color is Dutch. It is too dark for me. So I apply it very lightly, but I still use it because I enjoy the formula. It's got a nice hold to it. So I'm like almost barely touching my brows, but I do like this formula a lot. You can see how much it fluffs up. So I'm probably going to buy this in a lighter tone. This is a very nice brow gel. And that took 2 seconds. All right, it's time to go into the About Face Matte Fluid Eye Paint in New Karma. This is such a pretty lavender. And I'm going to put this on a brush, and then I'm just going to use this. Actually, I lied. I guess I can go a little more heavy-handed. And I'm going to use this as my eyeshadow base for this look. If you haven't used these are very nice and very buildable. I'm not going to put a completely heavy layer. I just want this to, you know, be a good base for that purple look. But these are nice because you can move them around. You don't have to rush. I feel like with a lot of liquid shadows, you can only do like one eye at a time or else it's going to dry down too fast. I feel like this one is very nice for just being able to move it around and work with it. That's such a pretty color too. Like if you're somebody who you don't think you're very good at like doing eyeshadow, I feel like these also kind of do the work for you. Like I just plopped it on my lid, blended it out with a brush, and that could be a look. It could be. This is very pretty. All right, let's go into this Dreamer palette. I'm not sure which look I want to do yet, but as you can see, this is very like, you've got some colors like this that's like a vibrant neon pink, and then you've got deep purples, and I think I want to stick with a mainly purple lid today. I think actually I want to do a quite light purple look. So I'm going to be going in with Soothe, which is this very light, almost a baby pink matte. And I think my main lid color is going to be Tranquil, which is right here, which is a very, very light purple, maybe with some Fantasy thrown in. So Fantasy looks like such a strange color when I was just holding it there. But it's like, what color? It's like purple, but it's got gold in it. It's got pink in it. It's a really unique color, but I don't know that I want it all over the lid today. So I am first going to take your regular fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with Soothe, which again is that matte light pink, and I want to take this along the outer edges of where I just put that matte fluid eye paint, just to kind of get a crease color down. One thing that's really nice about these matte fluid eye paints, by the way, is that I feel like for brighter looks, they really help to keep them bright and uniform all day. Like you're not going to see a lot of fading there. It's a very nice color. For my next act, I am going to take the color Muse, which is a proper mauve color. And did I just say, why have I said that word 3 different ways? First I said mauve, then I said mauve, and now I just went mauve. You know which color I'm talking about, but I'm going to take that and I want to put this in my crease just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. Again, I'm not going for like a dark smoky look today. I just want something a bit, you know, kind of dreamy. It's called the Dreamer palette, so I want to be dreamy today. For somebody who does not like pink eyeshadow on herself, I love that color. I really, really do. But it is now time to go in. I am going to go in with Tranquil again, which is, it's so hard to see on camera, but it is like a very pretty light purple with lots of sparkle in it. I'm going to shake off my finger, and I just want to apply this over top of that paint pot, or the fluid eye paint. And I want this to be a soft look. Okay, I will say that is my fault. I didn't use any glitter glue. I have fallout everywhere now. That is definitely my fault though, not the fault of the shadow. Let's see if I can just gently brush it away. It did brush away gently, but just so you know, this color is a bit more, it's not as emollient. So sometimes when those glitter shadows are super emollient, they just stick to your lid without a glitter glue. And this is not one of those shadows. That's not saying anything bad about the shadow. It's just a different formula. That is very pretty, and that was very easy to do. I'm trying to decide if I want a little bit of darkness, but one thing that I'm going to do, actually, you know what? I'm going to take Dream State, which is this very dreamy, like silvery blue kind of color. Actually, it looks more silver on my finger, and I want to pop that right on the inner corner. That's very, very, very pretty. Ooh, I actually don't know if I have many colors like this. This is like a pure silver with rainbow sparkles. That's kind of lovely. I'm going to take a flat brush, and I think I'm just going to take, I want to take a tiny bit of Slumber, which is a very deep purple. And when I say a tiny bit, I mean a tiny bit. And I'm just going to run this very softly under the lash line. Like you can see there, it's not dark purple at all. It's just something to complete the look a little bit. I do like that. Okay, this is one I'm a little bit nervous about. So this came out with the Melt Beetlejuice collection. This is years old. This is the Utterly Alone pigment paint, and it is a metallic purple. It was so beautiful, but I'm looking at it and I'm scared to touch my brush in it. I think it's going to be completely dried out. Let's see. Is it completely dried out? No, but let's see how difficult this is on the eyes. It did go onto the brush just fine. Like, it's not as creamy as it used to be. For this though, my goal is to just press it against my lash line. I don't think I'm going to do a wing. I think I want to keep this just to my lash line, but I also feel like I always say that. Okay, I'm kind of thankful. That went on like a dream. That went on beautifully. Oh, good God. I thought it was going to be like a throwaway, and I love my melt gel liners. This one's great. Oh, and by the way, in one of my recent videos, I talked about how some of my gel liners were dried out, and a bunch of you told me to try Duraline. So I am going to try that at some point. I just need to buy it. That went on so nicely. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to press that right into my upper waterline as well. That's going on so easily. Oh my God, I can't believe I thought this was dried out. What a pretty freaking color that is. That is beautiful. Okay, so this is one I know I'm not getting rid of. This is the Surat Noor Lash Tint. I just need to use this more. I think this is one that I'm hesitant to use often because I know it's expensive. This is so interesting. First of all, you can see how tiny the tube is. Look at this brush. Like, I'm going to call it a brush. It's really just like a metal spindle, if you will, with like little rivets or notches in it. But what this does is it literally tints your lashes black without adding a ton of like product. So you know how with mascara you can look at your lashes and you see the product on there? I feel like with this, it literally just looks maybe like you had a lash tint at a salon. Like your lashes are dark and long and fluffy, but they don't look like they're caked with mascara. It's such a nice product, and it's so unique to my collection. Look at that. Oh God, I love this stuff. All right, my last product to use is going to be this. I think it says Chill Tour, but I think it's Chio Tour. I'm not sure, to be honest. So this color is called Lilac Frost. And again, on one side, you've got this very intense, scary looking lip stain that you use around the outer edges. I think I'm going to fill in the whole lip with that. You let it sit for 5 minutes and then you peel it off. So I'll show me applying it, and then we'll come back for the peel off. By the way, with these, don't be scared that the color looks so dark. I can promise you the stain is not that color. I'm going to try to talk to you with my lips like this. Here's the thing. Do you guys see how patchy this is? I have another one of these where it goes on smoothly and beautiful. This one is not. So I'm going to give it 5 minutes and I'll yak. Okay, and we're back. It has been 5 minutes and like it's on there. Like it doesn't come off at all until you peel it off, which I admit is satisfying. Now, who wants to buy my lip skins? I do feel like this left a very pretty stain behind. It's almost like a wine color, but I'm going to top it with the gloss now. Now, this is a cooling, plumping gloss. I love the one that I have that's like latte something. It's a brownish, but... All right, here is the final look. I'm going to give the lip gloss a chance to get its plumping going before I make the final decision. So let's go through each product. What do I want to do? The Smashbox Photo Finish. I've been using this off and on for years. I am going to hang on to this a bit longer because I do think that I don't have any other silicone primers in my collection, really. I mean, is the Urban Decay Ultra Glow one? Because I definitely do like that. I feel like that one doesn't set down as quickly as this one does, though, and I don't mean that in a bad way, just in a different way. I am going to hang on to this, but I think it's time for me to let this guy go, and it's going to go, you know, in the trash, unfortunately, or in my declutter bin, because it's just not, I mean, it's basically empty. It's a drier foundation. It's more full coverage, just kind of everything that I don't look for anymore in a foundation. I don't think this is a bad foundation. If you like a skin-like finish as opposed to a dewy or matte, if you like somewhere in between, it's not quite a satin, you might really like this. I think it is a beautiful foundation, just not for me in this era of my makeup life. I still really like the Pacifica Dreamlit Glow Under Eye Brightener. This is something I'm hanging on to for sure. I'm going to let this one go, though, the Urban Decay Stay Naked Quickie. Again, this is something that has gone through several declutters, and I keep hanging on to it, but I've never loved it. And I think a big, like, it's, first of all, the color's always been too light, and second of all, it's just too heavy of a concealer for me. I like dewy, I like creamy, I like just, I don't know, moisturizing. This is none of those. This is definitely a more full coverage concealer. It's just not for me. Also gonna go is the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. And again, this is not even necessarily, I've got like one hair doing weird things. This is not even necessarily because it's a bad product, but it's because the lid came off and now this is not sanitary, guys. This hasn't been sanitary for quite some time. I have to admit, I'm a little embarrassed I hung on to it for this long. I really am. It's a great product. It's gotta go. Holy crap. I am also going to let go this Say Cream Blush. It is pretty, but I prefer a definitely more emollient cream blush that I can put powder on top of and it'll enhance it. This felt dry the second it went on. And as somebody who has normal to dry skin, I don't want something that feels dry ever. This is probably a product a lot of people would love, especially if they want a cream blush that will set down immediately, okay? And you don't have to put powder over it and it doesn't look super dewy. It maybe just has like a light luminosity. You might love this, but I like to look greasy. So yet again, something that is going. Oh, the Beauty and the Beast. Am I going to keep this for nostalgia only? No, you know what? I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this go. Holy crap. I love this, but here's the thing. I really love it, but I'm not using it enough to justify keeping it in my collection. And there is so much product left here, and this is not expired yet. So someone could get so much love out of this. Like one of my friends is going to love this. This could become like their new everyday palette. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass that on. Oh my God. Guys, if you've seen this video when I've done it before, I might get rid of one product, maybe. Sometimes I've gotten rid of no products. This is crazy. But I will say I am falling in love with the Nabla Skin Bronzing. Again, this color is Ambra and I love the way it looks. I think it added like a beautiful glow and it's a great formula. I'm glad that I rediscovered this. I don't want to make a decision about this. I really don't. And I don't have to. I know I don't have to. This is just a video, you know what I mean? But guys, like, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let this one go too. This is the Ofra palette. And the thing is, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But at this point, if I'm going to keep an Ofra product in my collection, I want it to be the thing I love most ever. Like for example, their Queen lip gloss that they came out in collaboration with Samantha March is one of my top lip glosses of all time, to the point where I have like 4 backups of it. That I'm keeping. I love it. This I really enjoy, and I've really enjoyed it for a lot of years, but I just don't reach for it like I used to. This is gonna go. Let's move on to the eyes before I throw up. Okay, so the Matte Fluid Eye Paint, I really like this product. I am absolutely keeping this one, and I feel like it did help to set the colors and make it pop. I feel like this is beautiful. The Unearthly Dreamer palette. I love this look. I think it is so beautiful. I think it's so sparkly. I think I'm going to let it go. I think that somebody else could get more use out of this. And the reason it's kind of killing me is this silver sparkle color. Like, I'm not going to lie, before I pass this on to a friend, I'm almost wondering if I want to keep a few of these colors in a separate palette. I might. Are these magnetic? Oh, it's definitely like sticking to the pan, but it's not coming out. It's not coming out. Maybe my magnet's just not being strong right now, but you know what? I feel like that's telling me something. I'm gonna let this palette go to a friend. It's so beautiful. I love this look, but at the same time, I just feel like this will get better use in the hands of somebody else. That kind of hurts a little bit. That kind of hurts, and it's kind of hurting my collector heart a little bit, but I've got to be nice to my realist heart. I am so happy that I'm going to be keeping the Melt Utterly Alone paint pot. I love it. So this has like a slight metallic shimmer to it on the top, and it's just so pretty. So I'm really glad this was not completely dried out. The Milk Brow Gel, I really love that. The Surratt Mascara, I already told you I'm not getting rid of it. I love the way my lashes look. I'm gonna let this go. It's very pretty. This is just not a color I would wear often enough. It's very pretty though, and I do have to say, like, the stain did a nice job. It didn't get on my Invisalign actually, which is kind of impressive. I love the feelings of these glosses though, by the way. So if you like this color, I highly recommend this because they are cooling and plumping and it just feels nice. So wow, how many products am I getting rid of? Guys, I'm getting rid of 8 products. 8. That is insanity. So you know what this is doing though? This is sparking a declutter for me. I want to do a declutter for my next video. I want to do a declutter because I don't want to have stuff in my collection that I'm not using. So in my use it or lose it, like if I'm comfortable in one makeup look, losing this much makeup, then I just need to reevaluate my collection. So I'm going to do a declutter in my next video, so stay tuned. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, there's going to be another video here on the screen that is similar that I think you might enjoy. But if you liked this video, if you like this concept, please take a second, give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel out and lets me know you're enjoying this content. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, both Glitter Fallout, and as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars, and I love you so much with my whole heart. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.